Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Cops killing niggas, man. Word up, man. Voting ain't gonna help us, man. Marching ain't gonna help us, man. Protesting ain't gonna help us, man.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me, like me, like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me, like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead just isn't looking likely, but I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee, and I talk to God, the one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. Man, this shit ain't no joke, man. This shit ain't no joke. Like the boy cried wolf, I ain't blowing no smoke. You don't gotta look far to see it ain't no hope in this fucked up world. I'm just trying to stay afloat. I grew up in the ghetto in the middle of the streets, H-E-L-L, the belly of the beast. Thanksgiving came around, I wasn't having no feast when the landlord talking about breaking out lease. Goddamn, what's next? My girl broke it with your boy and she did it in a text that if I couldn't have nothing that I could have love besides love for the money and selling these drugs. Sometimes it seems like it's the only way out, but every day I'm getting older and it's getting played out. Can't end up in a pen trying to find a way out. Lord forgive me for my sins, for my heart gave out. My dad died, biggest loss I ever had to take. He a big part of the reason I'm the man I am today. And moving on was a move I wasn't trying to make, but I got sons now, so I gotta lead them out straight. And even though success is looking unlikely, I stay mighty and pray nightly and remain doing the right thing like Spike Lee, which is hard in this life for a nigga like me. All my life I had to fight like my name's Sophia. Always had heart and in my heart was no fear. Boy, I stayed in some trouble always stayed near. When you black in America, that's all you cold here, I can't lie. Some days I wanna break down and cry for me and my people that's fighting to stay alive. Cause living ain't living when you living to survive. Guess we living in hell till the heavens arrive. Now I mean,
what it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me, like me, like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me, like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead just isn't looking likely, but I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee, and I talk to God, the one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. What it's like in this life for a nigga like me. Every day I gotta fight my demons. Wake up, thank God I'm breathing. Cause all nightmares, America's dreaming. Trying to find a way to make it while surrounded by heathens. No stress long as I got a coat and I'm eating. I'm blessed and I know the most high's the reason. But my heart's bleeding through my sleeve is seeping. For all the things that I've been peeping. Type of shit make you say fuck it and sleeping. Cause while you was sleeping during the evening, for brothers got gunned down over the weekend. Stretched out in the streets left leaking. Laid out white sheet, mom's grieving. All lives gotta have more meaning than another nigga dead in the paper I'm reading. Baby mama bitching every time that you're speaking. Talking like she gonna take the kids as she's leaving. How we go from kids to ending up in the deep end. Sink or swim, lose or win, saint or sin. Where does the change begin? And when does the bullshit end? Cause I wake up in the morning, gotta do it again. Go to sleep, go to work and just do it again. Damn. Can't pretend, cause when you stand out, it's hard to blend. And what I stand for, don't fold the bend. Cause I heard real folks still got too many friends. Cause when you speak the truth, then you tend to offend. So while I'm gripping this pen, Lord, please have mercy on me, amen.
It's time for my people to come together and rise up. The only way we gonna take our royalty back, man, is if we do just that, man. Take it back. Kwame Yashala, nigga. Time for us to rise out of our oppression. A wise man told me each one teach one. So I need you to reach out to your brothers and sisters and teach them, man. There's no reason we should still be getting hung from trees in this day and age, man. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Damn right, I'm a UPK nigga. Straight out of One West, no contest. We the best to the niggas that's living, trying to contend with the stress. Going through the test, no access, cause you oppressed. Slaves, niggas is dying off in waves. Living in dirt, now it's a grave. Niggas cross-talk through the crosswalking or the white chalk over the bodies of roads that you paid. America's killing us, saying they fearing us. Put the drugs in the hood, now my niggas delirious. Put a gun in my face, all because of my race. Click, boom, flash, put some Skittles and murder my ass. Like a sheep to the slaughter, heart beating harder and harder. Baptized with these words, never dipping in water. So now we pray to the Father, give strength to the Father that's looking for the marauders. That's fucking taking our daughters, nigga, it's wartime. Lights up, nigga, showtime. Got the green light on that ass, yeah, go time. Either boot up, shut up, but get your ass up, cause we ain't got time to be playing this all fucked up America. Heaven for the thief, hell for the slave, reaping what you sow, meaning giving back what you gave for a clean slate. You try to imitate, you was always fake. America, every city, state, this is your fate. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
On the timeline, giving the rhythm to expose the intricacies of this vibe. Doing my, well, I ain't shit, but getting lit is a pastime. So in a minute, I'ma pass out. I hope you get it. If you didn't, you can crash flying. Kinda simple if you feel it past your last line, but it will confuse a bad mind. A damn shame. That's the exact thing. Gonna get your ass fried. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Then the nigga fly. Hope you got an alibi. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Damn, the missiles high. I can see him from the parking lot. Heaven finna ball out. Devils finna fall out. All out warfare, nightmares in the big house. You murdered us for years and thinking shit wasn't gonna turn around. Pride never learns like this motherfucker burns down. Yelled in them streets, told them to breach. Now all of you angels bring woe to this beast. You rule for a time, but we play for keeps. I pray to my Father, bring woe to this beast. Remember them times we hung on them trees. All of you nations bow down to your knees. Remember them ships, they brought us in fleets. Fuck they Apollo, bring them the heat. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
God is going to destroy this empire, man. You about to see famine in this place. You think them fires in California is bad? That's just the beginning of what the Lord is about to do. Because you've been evil to the Lord's people. You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You got to put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is going to bring judgment on this earth.
Give me Exodus 4:22.
Took the person, and then they no, took that. Yeah. Give me the mic. All right. Shalom, Israel. We are the ISUPK out of One West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General John. Today's class is the Wednesday's Law class, man. Again, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people that we are the real Jews of the Bible. All right, and we are not affiliated with no other Israelite or religious group, Muslim, Mars, Christianity. We're not affiliated with nobody. All right. Also want to reiterate that this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Israelite school, right? This is a school. So if you follow along on YouTube, Twitter, or so forth and so forth, make sure you take out your notes. All right. Make sure you follow along in this class because we are teaching. All right. Also like and subscribe and share. All right. So today's topic is Israel was caught from a different cloth. All right. If you look around in society nowadays, and especially with a lot of stuff that's transpiring in the politics and in the world, right? We are forgetting about who we are. And what we are doing is we run into these other avenues for them to help us, right? As a people, we are running to them thinking that they can help us, but which we not really understanding is once we come back to the Most High, right? The Most High will redeem his people and punish all those oppressors.
That's right.
All right, it's not going to the delegate's office and changing your ballot to vote. All right, it's not making sure this time when it comes around, everybody should vote to change laws and legislation. All right, it's not going to your Christian pastor hoping he can pray over your family and it's not doing none of those things, right? It's not changing from the left to the right or Republican to Democrat, right? Conservative, right? It's not, none of those things will work for Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, all right? Because we are different. No matter what the world tries to tell us, right, that we all the same, we not. All right, and one thing we're gonna learn today is what happens when we realize who we are as a people and how powerful that is. All right, one of the most heinous crimes that's done to Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people is robbing us of our identity. All right, when you take a people, if you take a people and destroy and take away their culture and their identity and sense of who they are as a people, you can destroy them. All right. You can make the people who've been oppressed go to the oppressor, all right, thinking that the oppressor will help them. And that's what we've done here in America. All right. We champion our oppressor. All right. We have Stockholm syndrome when it comes to our oppressor. All right. We believe that they have our best interests in heart, even though they are oppressing us. It doesn't really make sense. But when you conditioned, all right, in this land of America, to love your oppressor no matter what he does to you, when you condition through instruments that the oppressor uses, such as Christianity and those type of things, all right, that leads to the conditions that we are in today. And we're going to start off today with Isaiah 51. Can you get that for me, sir? Sir.
Verse 1, sir.
Khan.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, and verse 1. Hearken to me.
All right, so check this out. It's the Most High, right? He's saying hearken, right? Hearken means listen, all right? He says, listen to me. Continue reading.
Ye that follow after righteousness.
Ye that follow after righteousness. Now, us as a people here in America in 2025, we believe, however we feel, we believe that might be right. So for instance, right, I might deem something is right compared to what somebody else might deem is right. And that's how we've come to live in this society. We got some people believing it's okay for us to live the alternate lifestyle, right? It's okay for us to be in Christianity. It's okay for us to be in the Muslim mosque. It's okay for us to choose any way of life. In America, they allow you to choose any way of life, but what they want you to stop doing is choosing the right way of life, which is following law, statutes, and commandments. All right, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. All right, so again, it says, hearken to me, listen to me, ye that follow after righteousness. You got to understand what righteousness is. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. All right, all this righteousness that we believe in America, believing in the Constitution, all right, and believing in all these avenues as righteousness acts, righteous acts, all right, those things don't lead to our, all right, it doesn't lead, all it does is lead us continuously into destruction. All right, if you look at it, we believe, a lot of our people believe in the thing called the Constitution and proudly went out there and voted for Trump. But now he's sending National Guards in to our communities, right? Just this week, or was it last? Just this week, they sent ICE into our community in Chicago, right? And a lot of our children was apprehended. All right, these are the things when you gotta understand, when you choose an oppressor to rule over you, first off, it doesn't even make sense to choose a people who have nothing to do with your people, right? So for instance, you, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, we've chose a person of a different race, of a different nation to rule over us, all right? And I'm gonna make it more relatable for you, all right? When a black man see another black man driving down the street, bumping his music loud, right? We don't take no offense to it. We don't think that he might be a criminal. we be like, yo, he jamming for real. All right, you might want to sing along with the song in your head or whatever, right? But when the oppressors see us driving down the street, bumping our music, they equate that to criminality, right? Because they are not of our culture. They don't understand us as a people, right? So we decided that what was right for us is to be proud and stand in those lines and create and vote for a person that we thought would be righteous for us to lead us into a better life, make America great, right? And what has it done to our people? Now look at our people, right? This is the thing that we got to understand, that Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, we need to choose real righteousness. And continue reading is going to tell you how you choose real righteousness.
Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord.
Ye that seek the Lord. That's how you understand righteousness, right? You seek the Lord. And the problem is people don't really want to seek the Lord. They might think they want to seek the Lord, right? Listen, in this time period, whatever you want to believe in, you can just hop on the internet and Google it, and you'll find a following of that believing, and it's okay in this land, right? Understand that, right? But in order for you to understand righteousness, it says, ye that seek the Lord. How do you seek the Lord? Anybody know how you seek the Lord? Y'all know how you seek the Lord? All right, so, and everybody can attest to it who's in the school, right? When you seek the Lord, you basically have come to an understanding that everything that you have learned or were taught prior to understanding the righteousness of the Lord, you have to get away with it. You have to get rid of it, right? At one point in time, right, we all lived a certain life and we thought it was righteous. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a Christian church. I thought it was righteous, to go to church on a Sunday. And somebody leave a comment. What's that?
Check.
All right. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was righteous to go to church on Sunday, right? And as long as I go to church on Sunday and get my tithes, right, I thought that was righteous. Didn't matter really what I did on the week. You know what I'm saying? So us as a people, we equate righteousness to whatever we feel as though is righteous. All right. And that's not what the Most High want from us. All right. And let me get a precept, right? Let me get 2 Timothy 4:3. Right. So you got to understand, in this society, they allow us to choose and pick they allow us to pick whatever makes us feel good. Right? This is a land of you can do whatever you want. You can feel as long as you feel good. When you seek the Lord, you realize like certain things that you thought or that made you feel good, if it goes against the Lord, right, it's something you shouldn't be doing. And it doesn't matter. If the Most High say you can't do it, then you just can't do it. That's when you seek the Lord. All right? Christianity and all these other religions don't teach you to seek the Lord or teach you what righteousness is. What they do is say it's okay because God knows your heart. So you can go out here, right, and unalive a brother or go rob a brother, right? And you can do that. And Christianity will teach you that God knows your heart. So the reason you robbed your brothers because you had to feed your family. And God understands you having to feed your family. Right? This is what they taught our people, and that's why we're in the conditions we're in. You got 2 Timothy 4:3.
Come on, sir. The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4 and verse 3. For the time will come.
This is the time, right? And I need everybody to pay attention. This is what we have became. Right? Because we thought righteousness was following behind all these other nations, following behind all these other religions, and not seeking the Lord. Instead, so understand that this is what the time period we live in. Continue reading.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
They will not endure sound doctrine. Right? A lot of us growing up in the Christian church, we all got questions and we all like, yo, this stuff don't make sense. Right? We all understand a lot of these religions don't really make sense, but it's because we choose to be comfortable. right? It allows you to do what you want to do. We choose to stick with them, right? And then when the Israelite brothers go out there and teach you the truth, right? You don't want to hear that because it don't make you feel comfortable. All right, continue reading.
But after their own lust.
Exactly. After your own lusts. If you believe in the alternate lifestyle, you can go to the Christian church that teaches on the alternate lifestyle.
Right.
All right. If you believe you can eat pork, you can go to the Christian church and there's a pastor saying you can eat pork. It's after your own lust. America allows you to thrive on your own lust. And that has become a problem to our people because our people got to really understand that what we are battling, when we trying to teach you the truth, we're battling a place that allow you to say, accept every single thing that you do. Right? Everything that you do, this place accepts it. And it tells you you're not wrong for doing it. It applauds you for doing it. We live in a nation where it applauds unaliving your brother. We're in a nation that applauds, right, doing certain things to young children. We're in a nation that applauds teaching our sisters to be 304s or whores. That's what this nation allows us to do. All right. So when the brothers teaches us that, like, yo, you should seek real righteousness and seek the Lord, right? This is what you should do as a people, right? We have a hard time, right, breaking away from them chains because this land, right, has taught us that it's okay to accept these things. And we have gotten to the mindset that we don't think we can break those things. A lot of us sit there and say, all right, when we realize it's something that goes against God, a lot of us will sit there and make excuses. Instead of fighting the fight, we will make excuses. And that's because, like when I led in the beginning, not knowing who your culture is, not knowing who you are from. When you realize the people you are from, this book right here is your history book, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people.
That's right.
When you realize the people you are from and the cloth you are cut from, there's nothing you cannot do as long as the Most High is on your side. But they don't teach us that. What they do is teach us that we are weak people. Even though you look all over the world, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people are doing everything great, right? But they teach us that we are weak, right? They teach us that we are lazy. There is literally a thing going around now that teaches that Blacks are the laziest race of people. How are we the laziest race of people when everybody aspect of life would be different if Blacks didn't put in no work? If our Hispanic brothers didn't put in no work, everybody's life would be different, right? But they push that narrative, and a lot of our Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people begin to believe in that narrative, right? Because we don't know who we come from, the stock we come from. We do believe that we are weak, but I'm here to tell you today, right, under Commander General Hunter and ISUPK, we out here to teach, and we out here to give you the tools to combat that. All right, we're gonna show you today that you come from a stock of people that this is nothing. All right, we're gonna get to it. All right, continue reading.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears.
Having itching ears, man. Right? Itching ears is basically like, you ever be on YouTube? Like YouTube, I watch YouTube a lot. So you ever be on YouTube and then you see a new little video pop up and it's saying the world might have been this and the world might have been that. God might have been this and God might have been that. It's always giving you a new perspective, right? Itching ears is the type of people who always run with those new perspectives on how this is and this is, right? That's what this society's allowed us to do. Like I said, you can just go on Google and follow behind any little belief you want to believe in. Somebody's teaching it, right? That's how easy it is to have in this land to be a fall to itching ears, right? Following behind every little thing. Continue reading.
Verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables.
And lies, right? Lies. We're going to turn our ears from the truth and fall to lies, right? Because they wrap these lies up in everything that you want to be able to do, right? It's like opening the gift, and once you get done opening the gift, it explodes in your face, because that's what's happening to our people. We thinking that these doctrines and these false teachings that these people are giving us is giving us the gift of salvation from God, but in fact is giving us a gift of destruction. Look around, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. The Christian church has been a prominent part in our community. Look at our community. On every ghetto, right, in every biggest hood, there's a mega church in them hoods. And then look at the surrounding areas around it, right? Understand that Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, Christianity has done nothing but destroyed our people. It is a tool that the devils have used against us to continue to destroy us. Go ahead. You got something to say?
Yeah, Salaki, sir. That's real heavy what you said about every time they give us a gift, it go up in our damn face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting here thinking about some of the more recent gifts that they gave us. Right. They gave our women freedom of choice.
Freedom of choice.
And now all these women out here being 403s, and we got kids growing up with no fathers in the household.
Right.
They gave our fathers cocaine so that we didn't have to be broke no more.
Right.
Now we live in what our hood look like a third world country. Every gift that they give, they told us now, men don't have to lay with men. They don't have to lay with women. They can lay with men if they want.
Right.
And what blew up in our face? AIDS.
Come.
Everything they give us as a weapon formed against us.
That's powerful right there. You know what I'm saying? Powerful. We can look around Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people for all the gifts they give us, man. It does nothing but destroy us, right? How many times our celebrities believe that, like, you know what I'm saying, the gift of fame, being famous, right, is going to do better for them. And then how many times we've seen our celebrities, right, in the interview years later down the line, wishing that they never made that decision, right? You think, like, that's what you got to really understand, that we are dealing with the devil, right? And you know what the devil is? The devil ain't nobody running around with a pitchfork and red horns that the Christian church try to give you this image of. No, the devil is somebody who's a deceiver. And we've been falling, right, for the same deceitful devil in America. No matter what he's done to you, we keep falling for it. Check this out, right? Look, over the last couple of weeks, his name, Kurt, was unalive, right? On a white campus, right, surrounded by nothing but his people. And guess what the deceiver did? Some way, somehow, right, equated the Black people. And then, right, made the whole issue about Black people and Black people not feeling sorry for him. Now Black people we have a problem because we didn't feel sorry for him. And now what had happened? Now our Black brothers, right, have got on the internet and tried to defend, right, the situation. We have nothing to do with it, right? This is what they do. And if you don't see it, right, you got to understand it. That's why Psalms 83 is like one of the most, right, serious scriptures, right? Is because you understand it breaks down all the nations, right? And then it breaks down that they all got together and became confederate against Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Their whole goal in life is to destroy Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. They are your enemies. You gotta stop, right? You gotta stop trusting your enemies, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Did you have something? Would you raise your hand, young man? Would you raise your hand? Oh, no, my bad. It's a lot. All right, so understand that, right? When it comes to following righteousness, you must seek the Lord. All right, and you gotta understand that the righteousness that this America is giving us is not how we seek the Lord. All right, understand that, right? Because let me all right, go back to Isaiah 51 for me. Slide, so you can go back to 51. Let me start from the top.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, in verse 1. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness.
Right.
Ye that seek the Lord.
Ye that seek the Lord, man, this is the heaviest part, right? Listen, every brother, like I said, how you seek the Lord is basically you gotta get, when you come into the truth, you really gotta get rid of, they say, the cliche way of saying it, like you gotta get rid of the old man, the man you were, right? You have to get rid of it. And what happens when many of us get rid of those vices and we seek the Lord, you know how we seek the Lord? When you in the truth, there's a certain way you ask questions. When you in the truth, right? Well, especially when you new, you trying to figure it out. One of the questions you always ask is, Salakia, sir, is it lawful if I eat this? Is this lawful? You know why you asking, is it lawful? Because you trying to seek the Lord in his standards and how he has it set up.
Oh, well, come.
Right? That's what you got. That's when you know you're seeking the Lord. All right, because when you come into school, you asking questions like, yo, I used to eat tuna. So like, yo, sir, is it lawful to eat tuna? Nah, it's not lawful. Right? So understand that. That's when you know you're seeking the Most High. When you putting away your old self and how you used to live, and you sticking strictly to what the Most High put out in these scriptures of how you should live, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. And every brother in the school will tell you, right, that once you do that, you're going to lose some friends. You're going to lose some family. You're going to lose some brothers and sisters. Everybody is going to feel some type of way about you because you're choosing to seek the Lord. Because again, in this land of captivity, to them, that's weird, seeking the Lord. You should seek your own lusts. That's what's best. When you seek the Lord, it's weird to everybody else. They have a problem with that. Right? And we all done been through it. Right? I done had friends who I thought was like my A1 day ones, man. And then when I just decided, like, bro, I'm trying to seek the Lord, get into the school, I ain't going out as much like that no more, man. I ain't about to be running around here doing all this other stuff no more, man. You lose your brothers and sisters. And that's what happens when you seek the Lord. All right, let me get continue reading. Now, one thing about when you seek the Lord, there's only one group that seek the Lord. Do you know what that is? I know you.
I better believe it. That's why I school the universe on practical knowledge and the commandment on your heart.
Right. Whatever these scriptures say we supposed to do, you are looking at a great model of how these same men live, how they lived in these scriptures is how the men of ISUPK live. Right? You get an example. Right? That's how you seek the Lord. You got something?
Yes, like what you said is so biblical, sir. When you said how we come in here to the school, us to have an ear to hear. We asking questions about things that the world would think is common sense stuff.
Right.
I'm asking questions when I first come into the school. Is it okay for me to post this on social media?
Right.
Is it okay for me to talk to the woman that I'm laying down with like this?
Right.
How should I handle my child that I made when it comes to this situation? It's so biblical because the Lord said, "Come like a baby."
Right.
That's Matthew 18 and verse 2. So we come in here, we come like little children, like we don't know anything. Right. Everything we learned out there in the world, we drop it. We come in here like an empty blank canvas,
right,
waiting to get filled with righteousness.
That's right, sir. And that's heavy because what you really understand is you seeking the Lord. And everything you do, you come in here asking questions, sir, is this lawful? Like you said, you land with it. You want to know everything is lawful. Why? Because you seeking the Lord. That's how that's the type of spirit you gotta have when you seeking the Lord. And a lot of people don't really understand that. Right, but that's what we try and teach you, man. When you really seeking the Lord, you making sure that everything lines up with how the Most High said it's supposed to be, and never change or vary or make your own understanding of how it's to go. The Most High say this is how it is. This is how it is. All right. Continue reading.
Look unto the rock, which ye are hewn.
All right, so check this out. It says, look unto the rock which ye are hewn. What's the rock? Anybody know what the rock is? Let me get Deuteronomy 32:4. Y'all got any guess on like what's the rock? So the rock is what I believe is the priest. Well, we could be speaking for the rock. All right, the words we speak comes from the rock. So that basically. So who would the rock be then if we speaking for the rock? Most High. Most High.
Oh, damn right.
Right. That's what's up. All right, and so you got Deuteronomy 32:4. So like when we teach out these scriptures, we don't go with our own understanding. All right, we don't make this stuff up. All right, so we gonna show you how the Most High is the rock. Go ahead and read it from you.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 4. He is the rock.
Who?
He is the rock.
Continue reading.
His work is perfect.
Perfect. All right, continue reading.
For all his ways are judgment. A God of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he.
That's the Most High right there. He is our rock, right? He's the rock. And understand that. So it says, hearken unto me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord. Look unto the rock whence ye are hewn. All right, so understanding that the rock is the Most High. Now you got the word whence. All right, anybody know what that means? Whence. Think of Old English. Think of, you ever seen like Game of Thrones? From where it came. There you go, where you come from, right? You see it in Old English. And whence from, yeah, basically, right? And then you got the word hew. All right, hew, right, is to cut with heavy blows of heavy cutting, right? So it's basically like taking something with force, using force. Now, when the rock, yeah, you gotta hit it with some real force to cut off. So you got the rock here, which is the Most High, right? And what we're saying is to look towards the Most High, because at one point in time, we was with this rock. But because we decided to follow the laws of these other nations and follow the rules of these other nations and choose their way of life, we was huge. We was cut off. All right? So if you got the imagery, there's a rock right here. And because we were that rock with the Most High, and then we got cut off because we chose to choose other nations' way of life instead of ours way of life, which is looking at is the Most High's way of life that he has set up for us, right? So understand that. It says, hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord. Look unto the rock which you were cut from, right? So if you want to seek after the Lord, you need to look back where you came from, right? Understand. And this is why your nationality and who you are as a people is so heavy. Because if you don't know who you are as a people, how can you look to where you come from?
Right.
How can you know that you at one point was the rock with the Most High? You would never know that. The Christian church taught us that we was all Gentiles. We was just some ragtag, random people running around on earth. And because the so-called Jewish man, the devils, right? Because they decided or they did whatever they did, that now all of a sudden we get grafted in with God. Imagine that psyche, what that does to you, right? Understanding that you were born here in America, you're a Black, Hispanic, and First Nation people. You go to church, right? And they teach that the Israelites are these devils, these white devils. And then you realize the only reason you might have a glimpse of salvation from the God of the Bible is because the devils messed up, right? That's what they teach us. And that's what we harped on and loved. right? It's not because of who we are that the Most High loved us. It's because the devil's messed up. All right, go ahead.
If I may, I think this is perfect time for that precept you mentioned earlier. Let us know how, like you said, that word hewn,
right,
is to be cut off and cut off from that rock.
Right.
You mentioned Psalms 83 earlier. I'm gonna read it. The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Crafty counsel, right? They have taken credit. Go up to Did they? Is that the part? I mean, before that, the verse before that, they were which one where it says talking about Confederate? Is that the verse before?
Turn out of what? Turn, sir.
They start with that to give the imagery of what the scripture is talking about.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
A tumult is basically a guy like a loud noise, right? A tumultuous sound. Is you ever been somewhere and no matter if you got your headphones in, and like even your headphones is what they call it when they block out the sound, right? Whatever, y'all know what I'm saying, right? When you hit and it don't matter, it's still that loud. You still gonna hear it, right? Understand this. For lo, thy enemies, there's a group of people make a tumult, a gathering. They so loud, right? They in confusion. They just a ruckus, right? You ever see what's the movie Wolf of Wall Street or any stock markets, right? Ever see stock market scene in a movie and stuff like that? And it's just chaos. Everybody screaming, everybody just talking. Just imagine that, but on a more aggressive level of everybody just screaming, hooping, and hollering. Continue reading.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel. Listen, that whole loud noise, their enemies is getting together and up this commotion, right, together. Why did they do that? Read that last part of that verse.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They did that to take crafty counsel against Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people.
Right.
Understand this for a second. Right now, we watching conservatives. I forgot what the other side is called. Left, right, Democrat, Republican, alternate lifestyle against whatever the other side is. And then you got Israel against Hamas, Ukraine against Russia, China against the US, Russia against the US. All these other nations right now, Iran is going up against this other country. All these other nations are going against each other right now as we speak. But you know the one time they came for peace, you know the one time they sat together, right, and figured it out. They can't even figure out. They've been fighting over a land that ain't even theirs. They can't even figure that out, right? Israel and Hamas, y'all in the Palestine, y'all been fighting over a land that clearly ain't yours, right? For generations and centuries and stuff, right? But y'all can come to an agreement, right, of crafty counsel against another group of people. That's how you got to really understand who your enemy is, right? It don't matter what they fight against. You know what they not going to fight against? It's ways to destroy Black, Hispanic, and First Nation people.
That's right.
Understand that Blacks and Hispanics, man, you got to understand that you cannot be friends with these people. They are your enemy. Never trust our enemies, right? It will make sense. See, like, we understand that on the street level, right? In everyday life, yo, never trust your enemy. You got to op on this block. You understand, I ain't going over there. I don't even trust y'all, right? If he come around here, it's going to be something, right? You understand that. But when it comes to a history, a drastic history, where they've made movies and documentaries, and every year around February, they're gonna make another slave movie. And how many times have we seen it? And we still choose to trust them. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, the reason we choose to trust them because we don't know who we are.
That's right.
That's why we choose to trust them. All right, we believe we are part of them. We proud to say we an American. Right? We so proud for that because we don't know who we are. Right? And Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, you are the people of this Bible.
That's right.
This book is for nobody else but you. Right? Understand that. This is your history. What the whole world is fighting over, they fighting over your history. Right? All right. You done with that? Or you
Lies, sir.
go ahead, continue reading.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
It says, Salakia, it says, cut them off from being a nation.
Hume.
Right? Hume. That's Hume right there. Right? You think it's your lust the reason you doing the things you do. Right? But you've been conditioned to love those things that you do.
Right.
You ain't one day wake up and decide, yo, I want to be a gangster. No, you was conditioned to love being a gangster. We grew up in life, we saw those movies on TV and was like, yo, that was tough. Right? They were the original gangsters.
Right.
We fantasized and wanted to be that. They were the original drug dealers. We fantasized and wanted to be that. Right? What you might think, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, that your lust is something that cultivated in us. No. We different from them. We are separate people. But the conditioning they put on us from generation to generation to generation, right, allowed that to be a part of us. All right, you was about to say something about Club?
Lies, sir.
Oh, all right. And they wanted to cut us off from being a nation. Why?
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel will be no more in remembrance. Understand how powerful that is. You cannot look back and say, man, you ever be in a situation and you catch yourself like, yo, man, I would never go for that. Right? When you go through certain stuff, right, and you be like, yo, man, I wouldn't even go through like back then, I would have never let that slide. Right? We all said that, right? Understand, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, we can't say back then, us as a nation, we would have never let that slide. You know why? Because we don't even know who we are. We don't even know who we are. These people in this book that we read these stories about and the great things that they did in this book, that's your ancestors, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. Your people did this. So who is them to tell you you can't do stuff? Good.
That's a whole nother class, but we could say that was you.
Right.
That went for that.
Oh, yeah.
That was you.
That was you.
That was you. That wasn't just your ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
That was us.
That was us.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun. Right? Understand that. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, man, stealing your identity, right, is, and I know a lot of people might take that as, man, it don't really mean nothing. It means everything. It means everything to the point that a nation of people want to be you. Think about that. They will do everything in their power to keep the secret that they are not the real Jews. If you mention their name, guess what they will do? They will call you anti-Semitic, and you will have to pay fines, and then you will be banned from wherever you was at. If you was on any show or whatever, you will never be on that show again because you're anti-Semitic. If you even mention their name, they can do no wrong. Right? They have the ultimate protection to keep that live. Right? Understand that. They will do everything to keep your name. They will do everything to portray to the world that they are you, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. Right? That's what it means for your identity. Right? That a nation will go to the lengths of destroying every little aspect of you, hoping that you will always forget who you are. Right? And then we end up in the situation we in right now, looking for everybody else to help us get out of this condition instead of looking to the Most High. All right, yeah, go back to Isaiah 51.
Take the time, sir.
Yeah, come on, sir.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, and verse 1. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord. Look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are dead.
So basically, when we was cut off, right, because we chose to follow after these other nations, man, right, we was put away, right? We was in the old, when you gotta understand this, right? When we got put away from the Most High, man, every other nation, right, gained from that. From our suffering, every other nation gained from it. Right? We down low now in the totem pole because we chose to follow behind them. Right? Continue reading, go verse 2. And he's gonna be more specific when it comes to look, like what the Most High is basically illustrating is, yo, look at who you are, man. Look at your people, man. Right? Get strength from what you did back then. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Continue reading.
Verse 2. Look unto Abraham, your father.
Look unto Abraham, your father. This is speaking to you in 2025. But all this mess is going on around the country and all this turmoil that's going around in the world, man, look unto what your prophet, what Abraham. Look at Abraham. Continue reading.
Look unto Abraham, your father, and unto Sarah that bare you. For I called him alone.
All right, so what it mean by I called him alone? Right? What it mean by Abraham? He called him alone. Right? Well, you got it.
It's a lot, sir. He didn't call those other nations.
There you go. There you go, right there. Think about that, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. Abraham wasn't here on earth by himself. There was other people out there. And the scripture says, look unto Abraham, your father, Black, Hispanic, and First Nation people, and unto Sarah who bare you. For I called him alone. That's how this scripture is letting you know how important you are, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, to the Most High. That, yeah, Abraham was out here, and there was other people out here with Abraham, but the Most High selected him, your father. That's who he selected. That's how important it is, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, to know who you are. You are from a lineage of people who were selected by the Most High himself, not with somebody else. He wasn't like, a tag along, right? What did it say? What's that word? What did it say? Read it again.
Look unto Abraham, your father, and unto Sarah that bare you. For I called him alone.
Alone. Right? And what does it say to everybody else? So, the Most High, Abraham out here, matter of fact, I come in this room and I call one man and I'm like, I want you. Out of all these men in here, I want you. What that mean to everybody else? What that mean?
Everybody else don't stand up. Only you.
Basically, like, I don't want them. I want you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, I chose you. That's how you got understand that when you go out here and like Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, when you look on TV, right, and you see the portrayal of how the media has us as a people, right? It always make us look bad. How the movies have us looking as a portrayal, right? And all the stuff they talk and all the junk they talk about our community, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. Realize this though. Out of all that stuff that they talking, God chose us. They choose them. That's how much we are great we are. That the same God that they run around here swearing that they serve and swearing that they are part of and swearing that they love and made so many lies about this God of the Bible. That's who the God of the Bible chose. The downtrodden, the people that's in the ghettos, the people that the world say are lazy and bums and addicts and don't take care of their families and all these things. That's who the Most High chose. But like, understand that. So when you out here in this world, realize that you are something that's special.
That's right.
Right? You not just, you know what I'm saying, somebody just going through the motion. Right? Because a lot of us as Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, we thought we was nothing but slaves. That's what we was taught in school, that we was just people running around in loincloths, right? Got beat by other Africans, and we was the lesser fortunate Africans, right, and got sold.
Right.
We was taking L's over there, and then come over here and continue to take L's. That's how sorry our people were. That's what they taught us.
Right.
But here in ISUPK, in these scriptures, we teach, the Lord said,
that's right,
that you ain't that. You chosen out of everybody else. That's why these other nations go so hard to destroy who you are, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation. That's why they think about this for a minute. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation, think about this. I've never been in a situation where I thought my Hispanic brothers and sisters was taking my job. Never. I've never been in a job interview. I've never been anywhere in the world where I'm like, yo, I lost this job because my Hispanic brothers and sisters was taken. Never been in that situation, bro. A lot of us has never been in that situation. But you know what they push? Our Hispanic brothers and sisters is taking all our jobs. This is what they do, right? And we soak it up and believe it. Good.
I'll piggyback off of that. As a Baltimore native, been here my whole life, born into 5 generations. Let me tell you one thing about Baltimore City.
Right.
They talk about the Hispanics taking our jobs. Downtown Baltimore, before they built that damn inner harbor, they tried to make it a tourist attraction. People like my grandfather went down into that harbor and worked at the port.
Right.
Worked on them docks.
Right.
The steel companies all over the city. Right. All you needed was damn near a 6th grade education. You can come back and take care of your family, your wife, 7, 8 kids, and your wife ain't need to work. You know who took our job? The devil. The white man took our job.
That's right.
And sent them overseas.
Right.
And now say this is Hispanics.
Right.
No, you did it.
You did it.
That's the devil. That's the deceiver that you talk about. That's the deceiver. He is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right. Clap it up. Clap it up. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what they do. They deceive our people to believing in this goofiness, right? And for a lot of us who sit home and watch CNN, Fox News, and stuff like that. First off, let me tell you about this media. All right. I went to school and got a degree in this whole media stuff, right? Media is only truth to the people who watch it.
That's right.
Right? And I've learned, like, I used to think like news is telling the truth. No, the news is not telling the truth. The news is telling the truth to what you want to hear. You go to Fox News, it can be the same story. Fox News is going to put the truth to how they want you to hear it for their followers. Because the news station is just like any TV show. We need our ratings. So what we're going to do appease to this audience. Right? Understand that. So when you're going out, like when they put out this stuff on this outlets, it's just to appease the audience that watch their stations. Fox News is more for an aggressive, racist type of people, right? That's why their stuff is always for that. Right? CNN is for the I guess more calm, emotional people. That's why they always pushes that. It's the same story, but they will try to sell it. They selling it to you. It's not the truth anymore, right? I can say, yo, I can say Salatis, I can say Bakar, yo, your favorite color black, right? Your favorite color might not be black, but if I say his favorite color black and I ask y'all, did y'all see Bakar wear black? And y'all say he wore black, that's the truth. That's the news, that's the media, right? That's not the real news. The real news is Black Watch. That's what the real news is.
That's right.
That's what the real news is. The real news is what the prophets of the ISUPK is out here is putting out. That's the real news, man. Going to them thinking that's a propaganda. That's what they do to push. You ever watch the news and you know, there's a lot of our people don't really want to watch the news because why they be like, there's nothing but violence, right? All they do is preach violence and stuff like that, right? Like our brothers and sisters ain't graduating, our brothers and sisters ain't going to work, right? It's to continue to push this narrative on our people, man. All right, where we at? All right, continue reading. All right, so that right there lets you know that he called him alone, right? Out of everybody, right? Because we all can understand that Abraham was here with our people. You know what I'm saying? The same verse, it shows his wife. We all understand Abraham was here with our people, right? It shows him and him alone. Go ahead, you got something to up?
I got something just in case they don't believe you. They don't believe that he was called alone. I got a precept.
Go ahead, bring it up.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Who we speaking to?
O children of Israel.
Who's the children of Israel?
Blacks, Hispanic, Native American.
That's right. Continue reading.
Against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, you only have I known.
You who?
You only have I known.
Only have I known. So this right here, you might as well just throw Christianity out the window. Because Christianity teach everybody. Love everybody. We all humans and stuff. What did scripture say again?
You only have I known.
This is what I really want you to understand, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nations people you get from this class. If you are out here to seek the Lord, read it again.
Verse 2, you only have I known.
Continue reading it.
Of all the families of the earth.
This is how you know when you are seeking the Lord. When you hear scripture like that, and you understand it and you accept it, that's when you know you're seeking the Lord. Because this world, these people out here who will hear that, read it again for them so they can hear it.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. It's point blank, period, clear, right? That's what these scriptures are saying. That's what God is saying. And when you seek the truth, that right there, what the Most High said, will be true to you. You won't be like, well,
What about the white
man? What about the white man? But he loved everybody. That's not you seeking the truth. That's you seeking your own lust.
Right.
Right? That's what that is. When you realize how the Most High set it up, this is what it is. God, this is how he wanted to be. It is what it is. What can the clay say? What can the clay say to the pot? Like, you can't say nothing. This is how he created it. It is what it is. That's when you're starting to seek the truth. Anything other than that, you're not seeking the truth. You just going after your own lust and your itching ears, whatever to make you feel comfortable. The way of America. All right, that was a powerful precept you brought out. Go back to Isaiah 51. No, that was good.
I'm taking start at verse 2.
Come.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, and verse 2. Look unto Abraham, your father.
What that say? Is it?
So check it.
Is it voice? The audio room?
Let me check.
You love? Yeah. All right, so says, look unto Abraham, your father. Yeah, we did. Say, look unto your father and unto Sarah that bear you, for I've called him alone and blessed him and increased him. Him alone, the Lord had blessed and increased him. What does it mean when the Lord said it increased him? You take it. What y'all think it means? Anybody? When it says the Lord have increased him, when it's talking about Abraham, how did the Lord, like, what does it mean when it said increase him?
That means he increased the seed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's close enough. What it means is basically like the Most High was invested, right, in Abraham. Out of everybody in the world, he is invested in him. Think about it like this, right? You have you ever been out in your yard or something like that, and there's a big boulder or a rock or a log or whatever, and you lift it up, right? And it's been there for a little minute. You done seen it in your yard for a minute, but you lift it up. What's under that rock on the ground?
So it's dirt.
Dirt.
Yep. It could be insects.
Insects. That's what I was looking for. All right. Insects. All right. Before that rock was there, wasn't no insects. You know what I mean? It wasn't no increase down there. Once that rock get there and it get put in the soil and all that, then there's an increase, right? Understand that that's an increase. There's a habitat. That's what happens. Now, hypothetically, if you was to just stomp on those bugs or whatever, that habitat underneath that rock or log or whatever, right? It's nothing. The Most High don't care. That's the other nations, right? You can, all these other nations can't stomp out Israel.
Right.
We're that increase, right? They can't stomp us out, right? Understand that when it comes to, I'm gonna show you what it means for the increase. Let me get Lamentations 3:22, right? So understand that when it says the Most High is, let me go to the scripture. It says, for I called him alone and blessed him and increased him. All right, when it's talking about Abraham, how it increased him is letting them know that basically, like, I'm invested in you. The Most High is invested in you. Like the officer brought out, you alone have I known and nobody else, right? The Most High is interested in him, right? So nothing, you can't destroy the children of Israel. Go ahead and read it.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and verse 22. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed.
Think about this. Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people here in America, right? What we've been through, no other nation could have been through that. No other nation could hold fire to that. Listen, the devils is unaliving themselves just because Palestine and Israel was fighting.
Right.
They can't take that. Right? You think they'll be able to go through what we went through? Right? If it wasn't, and the only reason we was able to go through slavery, sharecropping, redlining, segregation, Jim Crow, the civil rights, drug epidemic, right, the abortion epidemic, right, all these epidemics, and how we still able to make it out here. Read it again.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and verse 22. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed.
Lord's mercies, right? The devil is trying to find so many ways to destroy us, right? First, it was look at it when it comes, like even when it comes to hip hop, right? First, it was us uplifting each other, right? And then what they decided, you know what's going to sell best for our people? Us unaliving each other, right? They will come up with so many avenues for Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people to destroy themselves. But read it again.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 22. It is of the Lord's mercies.
The Lord's mercies is why we are not consumed by all these tricks that these devils, the deceiver, has put on our people. And look at us, we still out here. They done tried everything. Every little thing. Abortion clinics.
Eugenics.
Like everything to get rid of Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. But yo, we still out here. We still doing it.
So if I may, I'm not really worried with the same. So I'm doing this class, and it's a scripture. It's Isaiah 50. It's Isaiah 51, verse 9. And I believe this is basically what the Most High wants us to do, instead of like wanting us to live.
Talking about Isaiah 50. Yeah, Isaiah 51 and 9. Yeah, we're gonna get to that one.
Okay. Yeah,
we're gonna get to that. Yeah, we're going down.
You're full.
Yeah, we'll pull it up. All right. So that's what you gotta really understand, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, man. Like when the Most High is invested in you. When he said to Abraham that he was going to increase him, it means he's invested in him. Right? He's going to make sure. Right? Like think of it like a father. Like you invested into your children. When they come home wounded, you're going to make sure that, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go get this, alcohol. I'm going to go get these Band-Aids, man. I'm going to tell you how you should do it this way. You feel me? I'm going to make sure. Right, and that's the thing that we not really understanding, Blacks, Hispanic, First Nation people, because we don't know our history.
Right.
Right. We don't know that the Most High is our Father.
Right.
We don't know He trying to heal our wounds.
Right.
We don't know none of that. He want to be our Father, but we don't know that.
Well,
that's why it's so.
We was huge from.
Right. We don't know that rock that we was huge from. We don't know that we've been cut off from our Father because we chosen the life of these other nations. Right. Think about, understand that. My father, I'm here. I can't wait to be a father to us Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people. I can't wait to really unleash what they doing to y'all. I can't wait to do that to them. But y'all not even messing. Y'all not rocking them. We got understanding, and I understand it for Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people why it's a problem for us because we've been conditioned to not know who we are. Right, and that's why under Commander General Yohana, right, we teaching our brothers and sisters, man, that Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, you are the people of this Bible. Understand who your nationality is. All right, go down. Continue reading. You can go to verse 3.
So, you want to go to Isaiah?
Yeah. For time sake.
It's 50, Isaiah 51, sorry.
51, come.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, in verse 3. For the Lord shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all her waste places.
All right, so our waste places, our ghettos, and our hoods, man. Like I said, the Most High is our Father. He gonna comfort us, man. Like we need comfort, right? We've been beaten and trodden down in this place, right? It's to the point where a lot of us wake up and be like, man, I just can't wait. So I don't know what it is, man. Listen, the black people, when we are born, we try to teach our kids not how to enjoy prosperously and be so. What we try to really teach our kids is how to survive. Right. When they come out, we teach them, bro, this is how you survive in this land. Right? That's us, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. And now we're here, we trying to make sure our kids survive. Because a lot of us thought we ain't making it to 18. A lot of us thought we wasn't gonna make it to 21. Right? Survive. That's all we took. You ever seen Tropic Thunder? That little Tropic Thunder meme survive. That's what we teach our people, our kids and stuff like that. All right, we need comfort because our everyday life is us looking over our shoulder. All right, continue reading.
He will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of the Lord.
Listen, man. It says the Most High is going to comfort us, and He'll make all our ghettos and wasteland glorious, man. Our places that we've been living in because of the devil's put us in these conditions, man. The Most High is going to make it glorious. All right, skip down to skip down to 7. Skip down to 7.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, and verse 7. Hearken unto me.
Listen unto me. That's what the Most High is saying. Continue reading.
Ye that know righteousness.
Ye that seek righteousness, right? And you know righteousness. When it says you know righteousness, it's talking about the people that seek righteousness. That's why I started off in verse 1 talking about seek righteousness, right? You know righteousness. Continue reading.
The people in whose heart is my law.
Right. His law, right? His law, statutes, and commandments, right? What if you live this way? How? Read the next part.
Fear ye not the reproach of men.
If you live this way with the Most High, man, yo, who cares what America thinks? They can't do nothing to you. You have the power of the Most High. You continue reading.
Neither be ye afraid of their rivalry.
And like nobody care about what they talking about, no? Right? You think the brothers at ISUBK will be out there on the corner? We care what they talking about? We don't care. Right? Continue reading.
Verse 8. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment.
All right.
And the worm shall eat them like wool.
It's nothing, man. It's nothing. Like who are them? That's what the Most High is letting you know. When it's illustrating it is, scriptures is illustrating, you are a people, Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, are prominent people, a people that God has chosen. They are nobody, but yet you choosing them over God. Think about that. Like, yo, they are nobody. We quick to be like, bro, yo, nobody, bro. I ain't paying yo no mind. I ain't paying yo no mind. That's how you should be when it comes to the other nations, when it comes to serving the Most High and them other nations and what they be saying. Like, yo, a nobody, bro. Yo, I don't even pay yo no mind. Yo, yeah, all right, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how we should be treating them. You feel me? Like a little kid running up on you trying to do, like, bro, get up out of here, bro. Grab us here, bro. Move, yo. That's how we should treat these other nations. Go ahead.
So, like, sorry, are you going to second address? If not, I got it.
I wasn't gonna go there for time straight. Go. No, we can't get. I'm trying to get. We don't got time for that. But, that's a fire scripture. Go ahead, you hurry up and read it. Hurry up.
You Salak, I want to piggyback. You said they ain't nobody, right?
Right.
I just wanted to drill it one time.
Go ahead.
The book of Second Esdras, chapter 6, and verse 56. As for the other people, which which also come from Adam.
This for the people who be talking about this is for the Christians and all them who talk about, well, we all come from Adam. We all one people. Go ahead and read it.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
They what?
That they are nothing.
I thought they was all of with God.
That they are nothing.
They are nothing. Continue reading.
But be like unto spittle.
What's spittle? Yeah. That's what spittle is. They ain't nothing, man. This is the Most High said that. I ain't right there. These scriptures been here before us, man. That's what I'm trying to illustrate to y'all Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people, that you mean something to the Most High. Everybody else don't mean nothing. Everybody else don't mean nothing. And when you understand who you are as a people, You realize, like, yo, we cut from a different cloth. We separate. We not them. Right? And you won't fall for these goofy traps. They crafty counsel. No more. Because you realize, yo, you different. We different. Continue reading.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Listen, the Most High is likened the abundance of them is like a drop to a vessel. You ever carry a bucket? And it's filled with water, and you trying to look that John over there? Bro, you don't care about them drops that's falling out the bucket. You don't care about that. That's what they are. They just drop out the bucket, bro. They nothing. Understand that Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. You go back to John. Yeah, go back to start. Yeah, Nico, go back to Isaiah 51. Go to verse 9.
Verse 9. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, and verse 9. Awake, awake, put on strength.
What the Most High is asking us to do?
Put on strength.
Put on strength and awake. And we not talking about this woke era right now where they talking about grand rising, you know what I'm saying? Chips around the sun you did, you know, all that crap. Nah, we ain't talking about that, man. We talking about really awake. Blacks, Hispanic, and First Nation people know who you are and follow the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High.
Right.
All right, that's what the Most High is saying. All right, learn, like, remember who you are. Continue reading.
O arm of the Lord.
You are an arm of the Lord. Now think about this, right? Think about this. You are an arm of the Lord. But you don't remember you are an arm of the Lord. The Lord is using you as a metaphor, letting you know, like, yo, you my arm, bro. And what you do with your arm? What you do with your arm when it comes to, like, battling, right? You fight with your arm, bro. You need your arms, right? You can't stave nobody off. You can't destroy nobody. You can't do nothing if you don't got your arms. Black, Hispanic, and First Nation people, the Most High is letting you know, like, bro, all y'all need to do is wake up, right? Wake up and put on some strength. The Most High don't want no cowards, right? Stop being soft. You worry about these other nations and what they care about what you do, right? When it comes to these scriptures, just worry about what the Most High do, right? Because you his arm. Continue reading.
O arm of the Lord, awake.
Go ahead.
As in the ancient days, in the generations of old.
What you think he mean by that? Awake. Awake. As in the ancient days, in the generations of old. What they did in the generations of old. Remember, this class is about teaching you who your history is and realizing who you are as a people, right? What did the people do back then? Yeah.
So, like, I know the church ain't teaching them what Judas Maccabees did.
Right. What it's saying is, go read it, and he's gonna give you an example.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 9. Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake, as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Art thou not it that have cut Rahab and wounded the dragon?
Are y'all not them people? Right? Like, understand that. Are you not those people who did this stuff in the Bible? Right? Well, as long as you with the Most High, you can go all throughout the Bible and see, like, listen, Israel was taking names, bro. We was dropping people. You came against us when we was with the Most High, yo, you fallen. It's as simple as that. They were so mad, they wanted to get like, everybody knew it was a problem. You don't want to believe? Listen, I got you. Listen, who we at? I mean, let's just give Officer Bakar gave an example of what happens when you go against the Most High, when the Most High is with us, right? Right? Understand that you got the Passover. We with the Most High, right? And we follow behind the Most High. What the Most High do, right? He parted the seas and destroyed the firstborn and destroyed in Egypt, right? He destroyed their armies, right? That's what the Most High does when you with him. So understand this, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, as long as you not with the Most High, the oppressor, right, is over you. You can't do nothing, right? But once you start following the Most High, I want another Passover. I want Passover part 2. I want to celebrate another nation been destroyed.
Right.
Right? What's Hanukkah? Right? Listen, understand when you with the Most High, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, our enemies will tremble. Our enemies will fall. Right? You got what's the story? When Gideon and 300 against the Midianites, right? As long as you with the Most High, yo, it's nothing. And the prime example is probably one of the most prominent stories that's told in the Bible, right? Iterates this point that, yo, you the people who spread the sea, you the people who parted the Red Sea. That's who you come from. Yo, why you scared of them? Why you fear them? Why would you choose them? Right? They should be bowing down to y'all. Right? You above them. You all come from a stock of people. That's what I'm saying. You Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nations people, I know the world, right? They took away our history. They didn't let us know what it is. But once you realize who you are, man, these other nations can't hold nothing to you. Because when you realize who you is, like, yo, bro, you can't do, bro, you not know who we are. And that's what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that you are the people who parted this sea.
Right.
You are Gideon and the 300 against the Midianites.
Right.
You are David and Goliath.
Right.
They don't want you to know that, right? They don't want you to know these things. Because if you know these things, you won't fall for their dumb traps, and they know they can't do nothing to you no more. So you got the Most High on your side. As long as we don't have the Most High on our side, where these other nations can attack, these other nations can do the things that they can do. All right? Continue reading. Verse 10. Matter of fact, one of my listen, man, one of my favorite stories, right, when it comes to showing how gangster Israel is and what cloth we come from, right? And I don't even mean to use the word gangster, because that's devil stuff, right? David and Saul was beefing, right? Saul thought Saul started hating on David. Right, this is the cloth of men we are. Saul go hunting for David. Saul go to sleep in the cave. David show up in the cave and cut his cloth, right? Because the Most High said he was going to put his enemies in front of him, right? Understand this. This is the type of men we are. Basically, by David cutting that cloth and Saul waking up in the morning seeing that his cloth was cut, David basically let him know, like, yo, bro, I could have touched you, bro. Like, I'm different, bro. Like, we the type of person that let you know, like, yo, bro, we letting you live. When we decide to serve all these other nations, we letting them. We letting them live. When David went to Saul and cut that handkerchief off his robe, he basically let Saul know, like, yo, bro, when you was asleep, I could have got you, bro. But I let you wake up in the morning and see that you're robe. You could have been touched, bro. But I would never do that because, you know, the Most High, right? Because you are the king and all that, right? And that's what we do as brothers. You know what I'm saying? But that's fire right there. They're like, yo, I just love that story, man, of how, like, gangster. I mean, not gangster. I'm gonna stop using that word. How real the Israelites, the brothers, is, man. Understand that, like, you come from a stock people, man, that don't take nothing from nobody. You be thinking you tough. You know what I'm saying? Because you go up on this block, right? Understand who you are, though. Like, yo, your people, bro, destroy nations of people, man. Right? David dropped bodies. Like, yo, you come from a stock, right? That's really about it. Ain't no cowards. So stop cowering for these other nations and what they love and what they want, and realize who you are as a people, right? Let me get go ahead, continue reading. Verse 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, and verse 10. Art thou not it which hath dried the sea?
That's the question that's getting asked to us. It's like, yo, we really out here falling for them. We really out here. First off, like what it's really illustrating is, yo, y'all letting them rule over you.
Right.
Y'all, the people who did all this, y'all letting them rule over you. Right? That's what the scriptures illustrate. That we are letting a nation of people rule over us. That, bro, they don't even hold a candle to who we are. Right? Somebody of lesser is ruling over us. Continue reading.
The waters of the great deep that hath made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over.
This right here is basically letting us know, man, like this right here is letting us know, like, yo, we the people of Passover, man. We the people who destroy nations and firstborn. Like we really like who is them? Who are they? Why we fear them? All right. Why do we fear them? It's because we've been conditioned to fear them, but they are nothing. When you get into these scriptures and realize the people you are from and who you come from, man, they are nothing. And the Most High are going to deal with them. All right, the Most High are definitely going to deal with them. Continue reading. Continue reading.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, and verse 11. Therefore, the redeemed of the Lord shall return and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon thy head.
So check us out. Therefore, the redeemed basically mean brought back. The scriptures is saying, therefore, the redeemed of the Lord shall be brought back, right? Shall return. And what it means to return is like we going back to our homeland, right? And when we go back home, bro, we going to be singing, right? And everlasting joy. Continue reading.
They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
Listen, the sorrow and mourning that we going through every day. Every day we wake up like, damn, man, I gotta go to work, bro. Like, I'm just tired. When I be out there, I always want to ask Black and Spanish people like, yo, ain't you tired, man? Ain't you tired of just living this life where we just gotta keep under these oppressors' necks, man? I'm just tired. Like, we gotta understand that, yo. I know Black and Spanish people, you gotta be tired of this, man. You gotta be tired of slaving in countless hours to just be able to put food on the table for your family, man. All right? But the oppressors get to go out here and live glory. Man, listen, going to Ocean City, because you went to Ocean City? What if we went to Ocean City? I think like, listen, Ocean City, man, had me the most hottest I have ever been when they came and lived with Brownies Devils, man. Because, like, Ocean City, all right, shout out to Officer Aisha, man. Aisha Allah.
That's right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? When we went out to Ocean City, all you see is nothing but devils is having the greatest time of their life. And all I can see in my head was like, yo, my people is at home slaving. They don't even know when they can go on their next vacation.
Right.
And they're like, that vacation might be like Passover, man. That might be our only vacation of the year is Passover, man. Right? Because they oppressed. And then you just see nothing but devils is having a ball, ripping and running and having fun on this beach. And I don't see none of my brothers and sisters having fun. And that's all I was thinking about the whole time on this beach. Like, yo, this is crazy. My brothers and sisters is at home slaving, bro. They ain't got time to be thinking about having fun. Right? This land of captivity. All right. So one day, yo, Most High is gonna bring us back home, man, and we're gonna be away from you know what I'm saying, the joy. We're gonna be joy and glad. And this is what you gotta really understand, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. In order for us to be blessed and get these curses off of us, once we continue to follow these laws and statutes and commandments, that's gonna go to them. We're gonna be above them. Paul Deuteronomy
7 and 6, sir.
Not 7 and 6. Hearken unto the Lord thy God, to do all his commandments. I think it's Deuteronomy 20 and
28:1.
Yeah, 20. 28:1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth.
That's what happens when we come back to the Most High, man. We're gonna be set above all the nations of the earth. So if we above, somebody gonna be in these conditions that we live in, right? And understand that Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, and a lot of people be like, man, you know that's messed up, yo. Why we gotta put somebody down for us to get up? I mean, for one, that's when you seek the truth. That's how the Most High made it. And then another thing is, when they had us, every other nation, right, gained from our failure, our human from the Most High. When we got cut off, every other nation gained riches and work and civilizations and everything off our back. Right? And they didn't care for our weeping and crying and pain and sorrow. Even to this day, they still gonna do it. Right? So Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, I don't understand why we should feel, listen, they gonna go in chains.
That's right.
What's gonna happen?
That's right.
That's just what's gonna happen. What they have done to us, it will happen to them. All right. And I'm gonna end with this. Let me get Isaiah. Isaiah, let me get 14:1. Let me get 14:1. All right, so we're gonna leave with this. Listen, man. What I really wanted to teach y'all today is understanding who you are as a people. When you understand who you are as a people and understand the greatness that is from you, not the propaganda and the destruction and the vices that he's taught to you. Understanding who you are, that the scriptures say who you are, right? And that will allow you to combat these vices and these things, right? You will be able to walk around the world with your head held high. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us hold our head held down because we've been conditioned as a slave to keep your head held down. And it's just been passed on to generation to generation. People just walk with their head down. Can't see what's in front of them, right? When you realize who you are, you'll be able to destroy all these vices that that they put on the Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, man. And once we do that, we're gonna finish off with this. This is what happens. Oh, you got it from
the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel,
right,
and set them in their own land.
This is what's gonna happen. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, once you start following the laws, the statutes, and commandments, and seek his righteousness the right way, coming into school, right, following these laws, statutes, and commandments, what's gonna happen? Continue reading it.
And set them in their own land.
We're gonna be set in our own land, right? Like it said in Isaiah 51, verse 11, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head, and they shall obtain gladness and joy and sorrow for mourning. Right? That's how we gonna feel when he set us in that land. Continue reading.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
All right, and it's the heavy part right here. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them.
Shall possess them. All right. When we get back to being that arm, that strength of the Most High, we're gonna go back home. Right? And we're gonna possess who? Continue reading.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Servants and handmaids, man. They're gonna be our servants, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people is you don't have to wake up early in the morning, right? Back hurting, feet hurting, barely making rent. You won't have to do that no more in the kingdom of the Lord, man, when you get back to following these laws, statutes, and commandments, because who's gonna do it? Read it again.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Wow.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Captives they were. Right? Right? And we should do what?
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
That right there. And we shall rule over our oppressors, man. All right? That's how you get out of this condition, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, man. So again, man, realize who you are, man. Be proud of who you are, man. Don't let these devils and the way of life that they taught you, man. You'll have some pride about yourself, man. Realize that you are the Most High's chosen people. You separate. You ain't them. Don't fall for their ways of destruction, man. So with that, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. All right, we are not affiliated with no other group. We've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people that they are the real Jews of the Bible. All right, we've been doing this since 1969. And now we're passing class over to Officer Bakar for the reading of security announcements. Shalom, Ms. Bird.
We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When there's a new brother or sister that comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister is interested in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to another brother or sister. Then there's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. And after that 6 month period, if a brother or sister is still interested, they'll get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21. Also in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means a tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced Ma'ashera. A tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you in turn give to the treasury department or to the teacher. Then we also have the priest fund, which is a free will offering for the priest. It is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, you go ahead and give that amount. Upcoming holy convocations. So like we're gonna close up the Feast of Tabernacles here at the school. What's the date, sir? The 13th. On the 13th. The 13th is Monday, sir? Monday the 13th here on Eastern Avenue. Come get it done with your brothers. That's right. We'll be right here in the building doing what the Lord told us to do, even these high holy days. Remind all Aki and the Aqua to check on social media sites such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, headbands, or scarves. And with that, we're going to give a one courtesy salute to the teacher, Men of Israel, Majid. Majid Shabbat, Majid, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Rakhatan.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Rakhatan.
Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're 1 West. They're 1 West. They're 1 West. They're 1